What's up, guys? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 18 of the Game Plan Pod. I'm Peter.
I'm Vincent.
And I'm Henry.
Let's get into this week's episode. As always, you can watch Season 1 and 2 on Spotify and YouTube.
All right, starting off with our first topic. The Mets and the
Yankees
have made it to both their league championships. ALCS for the Yankees, NLCS for the Mets.
First ones to make it in their respective conferences, too.
Both in 4, I'm pretty sure. They both made it in 4. Royals, sorry, you had a good season. Bye. Phillies, what happened? Oh, we're
Goodbye!
We're the stinking.
You guys suck. Let's go Yankees, baby. The Royals were never.
My ears are dying.
Who asked you?
Boo.
Who asked you? Let's go Yankees, baby. Woo!
Let's go Mets.
No.
Now there's a real possibility. 4 wins away each team for a Subway's World Series.
Hey, man, I said it even before the playoffs started. I put it in my predictor. Everyone called me and Vincent crazy for having the Mets go to the World Series, and now it's looking like it's pretty realistic thought. I mean,
it is a really realistic thought. They're 4 wins away right now. 4 wins
obviously
away.
they're
That
gonna.
is a lot of wins,
I know.
especially not even having home field advantage. It's a lot of
I
wins.
mean, yeah, they're gonna be up against their biggest challenge, even Dodgers or Padres. Going to
And
be
the
up
one
against their
game you
biggest
guys
challenge.
lost was in Philly, right?
Yeah,
It was
second
in Philly.
game.
Yeah.
But so for the Yankees, out of the 2 remaining for the last division, Tigers or Guardians, who would you rather face?
I would way rather face honestly Cleveland right now. I was saying earlier that I'd rather face the Guardians. Rather face the Tigers. But I thought about my take for a little bit. The Tigers pitching staff is so good.
It is.
And I
completely agree.
I mean, we played against a great pitching staff against Kansas City, and we handled them pretty well, I would say. But Cleveland just doesn't look that great right now, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not discrediting Detroit and what they're doing, but going into this series, everyone was thinking Cleveland was gonna easily win this series, and now they were down 2-1. Now it's tied up 2-2. But I would way rather play Cleveland. Detroit's a good baseball team.
I think
Detroit's a good baseball
team too.
We always beat Cleveland.
I mean, in my
We always beat
opinion,
Cleveland.
I hate the Yankees. They're making it to the World Series.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
I agree.
They're going to beat the Tigers or the Guardians.
Can I-
Hold on. The only reason why I have some confidence is because the Astros are not in. I'm not joking. The Astros are.
Yeah.
I don't care
How
if
bad they are.
you take like the Athletics and you completely trade swap teams and you put them on the Astros and you were to face us in the ALS, they're beating us. Just completely. It's just I don't know what it is, but I'm confident.
I mean, look, the way the Yankees just won in 4 games against the Royals, even without Judge performing well, like that's like a good signal to you guys that you have a good chance of making it to the World Series, even without like the guy who carried your team most of the season.
And the bullpen was terrific. Like the starting pitching, I thought that Rodon. Well, game 1, Cole pitched great. Second game, Rodon up till like 3.5, 4 innings was lights out, and then just had a terrible fourth. Cole pitched great last night. Schmidt pitched, solid. But let me reverse the question. Who would you guys rather face? This is a lot more of a difficult question, in my opinion at least. Would you guys rather face Padres or the Dodgers?
I'm gonna go with the Dodgers. I'll give you the reasons why. I'm gonna go with the Dodgers. They're a little banged up right now. I can say that they're a little banged up right now. Their pitching staff isn't all the best. I think the Padres pitching staff is way better than the Dodgers when healthy. The Padres pitching staff is healthy, just besides Joe Musgrove. The Dodgers pitching staff is a little going through injuries. Like Walker Buehler, he's been dealing with injuries all year, and he hasn't been the same that he was prior to his injuries. Yamamoto really doesn't have any playoff experience in the MLB, so he's a rookie to that, obviously. It's just their pitching staff, I feel we can get to better than the Padres. And I feel like the Padres and Dodgers both have very powerful lineups. But I just think the Padres have more pitching over the Dodgers, so I'd rather face the Dodgers.
I'll give you my take. I don't mind too much who we play, but if I have to choose, I play the Padres just because I'm not afraid of the pitching that much. I mean, we've pitched well and we've hit well all playoffs long.
I thought that Philly was going to kill you guys pitching wise. Their pitching staff is great. I'm actually very surprised that you guys handled them very well.
Our pitching and hitting has been great all playoffs, but when it comes down to the final innings, I don't want to play the Dodgers lineup. Does that start of the lineup scares me more than the Padres when it comes down to like 7, 8, 9 innings.
Who's a better bullpen?
I think the Padres do have the better bullpen.
I see. It doesn't
They
scare
do.
me
They have the
because
better
we've been
That's huge,
rallying.
though.
Like no
You guys have
matter
been rallying
no matter who
in the eighth-
pitches.
in the eighth inning.
I mean,
Yeah,
Philly's
he's right.
Hold on.
Philly's bullpen is fantastic.
One through 7. No. Sorry. 1 through 6, complete and utter feeble. Like just terrible. I'm talking about the Mets hitting. 7 through 9, like the Bronx Bombers.
Innings.
Like
I thought you were talking about the
no. The innings.
The innings.
1 through 6, feeble. 7 through 9, like stupid good. So, I mean, in my opinion, I would rather play the worst bullpen. I'm not too familiar with the bullpens. I mean, I don't know every single guy in the bullpen, but I would rather play the worst bullpen. If that's the Dodgers, then that's huge because you guys thrive in the late innings. Why? I couldn't tell
Let me tell you why.
That's what your team is.
We thrive against Phillies had an amazing bullpen. I don't really care who's pitching in the later innings. I'm still confident. I'm not confident that much when we're playing Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman.
Well, let me also
That
say
scares me
something.
more than the Padres, even though the Padres have been hot. I don't want to play Ohtani.
The Freeman's been hurt. He's been in and out of the lineup a little bit, so that's where it's like they're a little banged up.
Well, I'm sure he's playing tonight.
Well, he probably is playing tonight, 100%. It's a do or die situation. But what I'm saying with like the Dodgers and the Padres, they're both very good teams. Like there's no discrediting. They're both very, very good teams. I'm not going to discredit that. And the Mets, just with the Mets bats, their bats have gotten hot at the right moment. Pete Alonso, he's starting to hit more home runs now in the playoffs. Lindor came up big with that grand slam. Jesse Winker had that big hit. It's just everyone's contributing in this lineup. And I got to say, the one factor that is not doing well, and we've signed him for a veteran presence too, is JD Martinez. I have to say, bases loaded, he strikes it up pitching the dirt. Right in the dirt.
That was also Iglesias the bat
Let
before.
me ask you guys a
Iglesias
question now. Let me ask you guys a question. So, I mean, right now the Yankees clearly, I mean, thank you, Stanton. I mean, that's really he's, in my opinion, the only. I've been saying Stanton in the bullpen. He's really the only reason why we are where we are right now is because of Stanton in the bullpen. So. Let me ask you guys a question, because Soto has been contributing, Glaber has been contributing, we've had some good defense as well, Verdugo. So, besides Lindor and Alonso, hypothetically, Lindor is just terrible. Like, has a really, really bad series.
That's happened, and we still won because of
Who?
Vientos. Vientos has been our best player in the playoffs.
So what happens if
him and Lindor right now? I have to say
if it comes down
and
to
Alonso's
and Alonso.
phenomenal.
So what happens if those three guys just have a terrible series, which
It's
is possible because Judge had a disaster of a series, like really bad. Soto had
did he have only one hit?
2 hits.
2 hits.
He went 2 for 15 or 16, but he had quite a couple. He had like 3 walks, but still that's really really bad. His batting average was like 143, but it's possible that 3 guys go into a slump. It's possible.
I mean, Nimmo came through the other day with a 2-run shot.
Who steps up?
Nimmo.
If those 3 guys go down, not hurt. I'm saying just don't underperform.
All right.
Who do you rely on?
You need Nimmo, and you need the DHs, either Wink or Martinez.
100%. You need Alvarez to step up too.
Alvarez.
Where's Marte? Is he just
Marte's been Marte's
got an RBI the other
Marte's
day.
been good in the base. Was good in game 3.
Runners been scoring position. Yeah, he's been solid, but like,
You need. I feel like the platoon of Bader and Taylor need to step up a little bit more because I
Wait,
feel like
Bader still on the team?
yes.
What's he doing? Just vibing?
He's not vibing. He's splitting
He's
time.
vibing.
he's splitting time with
Tyrone
Tyrone Taylor.
Okay, so they're vibing together.
But he's. I think
They're
it's
vibing
good
together.
defensively.
They're
He's good
vibing
defensively. Jesse Winker's been playing well, and it just shows like when Lindor was struggling against game 3 against Milwaukee. Alonso came through with a 3-run homer. And it's just I feel like everyone is contributing to this team right now. Even when a certain person doesn't have a good game, this other person's like, you know what, he's gonna have that good game. He has that good game that we need him to have.
The one guy I'm worried about is Edwin Diaz. He could be really good, finish off the game for you, or he could just get in his head and it could get to his head and he just goes out of control and spirals.
And you said that before. He said that before. And if you notice what happened, he obviously walked the first 2 batters in game 4. But then they had a team meeting, and what they said was, throw your fastball.
Yeah, calm down, throw your fastball.
Calm down, don't be wild, throw your fastball. And I just have to say, I think that his fastball is his go-to right now. His slider, I don't think is in tackling it wasn't in 2022. I think that whole year off in 2023 with an injury, he still hasn't gotten his slider back to what it was. and he needs this next offseason when he needs to work on it because this is not there right now.
Yeah.
And I think that his fastball with his pitches.
So I actually just looked it up. I was curious. Vegas has the Dodgers -150. However, Yamamoto, he played one game, 15 ERA with a 2.33 WHIP.
This is the postseason.
It's postseason. Yu Darvish was 1-0, so it's Yu Darvish versus Yamamoto. Like I said, Yamamoto, 15 ERA, 2.33 WHIP. Yamamoto versus Yu Darvish tonight.
15
Yamamoto,
ERA.
15 ERA.
Oh my god.
2.33 WHIP. This is one game. Yu Darvish went 7 innings, had a 1.29 WHIP, a 1.29 ERA, .71 WHIP, and won the game. He had 3 hits through 7 innings.
And Yu Darvish has like a 2.50 ERA against the Dodgers in the playoffs.
Well, you were saying how Yamamoto has no playoff experience.
That shows right there.
And what's also very interesting is how last game the Dodgers won 8-0, but earlier in the series the Padres won 10-2.
Yeah.
So this game can literally go.
It can go either way.
It can go either way.
It can go either way.
But it's going to come down to whoever pitches better, in my opinion.
100%. And it really comes down if the Dodgers can hit Yu Darvish, which they haven't been able to do in these past couple of years.
Forgot they got Arias.
I mean, it also goes like it's going to come down to whose stars are going to step up. Like Otani's going to have a big night. Machado and Tatis need to have a big night. Everything's on the line for them. So
it's a do or die situation. Yeah. So it's got to be the big guys for them, the leaders of that.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question about the Mets, though.
Kyle Higashioka is their catcher.
Yep.
Ex-Yankee.
Let me ask you a question about the Mets. With Peterson playing so well in the bullpen, do you think they're going to keep him in the bullpen for the rest of the playoffs now because it's a 7-game series, or do you think he's going to start again?
I think
I was wondering.
So now, since that it's 7 games, I could see them starting Peterson, but at the same time, like say Senga starts game 1, whoever we face, right? Then I think they're gonna have him ride behind Senga. So Senga goes 3 innings, right? Then they're gonna make, all right, we're gonna put Peterson in to eat up the innings. But in my opinion, what they should do is they put Peterson in the rotation again because he's one of your better stars this year, 100%. And maybe you give McGill that chance to be the long reliever behind Senga if you need him to, or Buto. But either one I think would work because I think Buto works well. Hey, I like Jose Buto. I think he's a solid long reliever.
So,
guy.
hold on. Let me ask you a question as a non-Yankee fan. So obviously 5-game series, we have 3 starters: Cole, Schmidt, and Rodon. Who's the 4th guy now?
For you guys?
For us, are you giving it to Gil, or are you giving it to Stroman?
You. I'm giving it to Luisio. I think.
I agree. I agree. Or Cortez. But
isn't he hurt right now?
I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, and we have Rizzo out too.
Yeah.
So we have a utility man playing first base who's looked actually kind of good. John Bird.
Yeah.
So it's all right. But I feel like just having the veteran presence is so big. It's so huge.
I agree with that.
That's why
But
that's why I don't think that. Well, first of all, that's why the Royals had no chance. Besides Perez, no one on that team had any playoff experience. That's
why Tommy Pham there too, but
bro, he went off last night. He's the only one that can hit Cole.
Wow.
Literally, he's the only one that can hit Cole.
Mets legend.
I think coming off of that, it's a big game 5 tonight. Detroit might lose because of their lack of.
No, Detroit. They're playing tomorrow. I'm pretty sure.
Or sorry, whatever the game 5 is. No, you're right. Padres play tonight. Tomorrow, the game 5. Lack of playoff experience could be a big factor because Detroit hasn't been to the playoffs in 10 years.
Wow.
I think it is, or they haven't played a home playoff game in 10 years. That's what I heard on TikTok or something like that.
And I agree with what you're saying with the rotation. I agree with the Yankees. What do you? But
I don't know. I don't want Cortez. Stroman is you're either guaranteed 6 scoreless or 6 with 9 runs.
That's why I think you should give it to Luisio.
I agree. But he's a rookie.
He is a rookie. But
I think you have to rely on the defense.
He's the best. He's your best bet that you have.
Why don't you pitch both like the Mets did with Senga?
Yeah, exactly. That's
like 2 starters almost.
Or you make one of them go 3 innings and the other one goes 4 innings.
Because the bullpen needs a break. Cole pitching 7 innings last night was huge. Because
they needed that from him. They needed that.
you guys now have off like
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So you have 3
Huge.
days off to heal your ball.
You know what? I see some similarities with Diaz and Cole. Like I feel like both of them could just get in their heads sometimes,
Bro, Diaz,
but their ceilings are very high.
Bro, Cole stands on business. Like that's just who he is. Like, bro, first of all, I have to address this. Bob Costas, if you're listening, you were the worst announcer like I've ever heard. Like it would be like if he was like announcing like I don't even know.
What happened?
He's just the worst announcer. Like Volpe made a diving catch, like a ridiculous catch. He's like, oh, very nice catch. I think that was called. We're like, oh,
Very nice catch by the young man.
It's like he was trying to like audition himself like a golf announcer. That's what he was being like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and obviously you
like,
saw.
What are you doing, bro? Like,
You
get the hell
saw.
out of
It was like a line out. Base hit. You see that?
He's terrible.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up for baseball.